here's what brings us together tonight. I have been discussing potential legal strategies for Vic and his team. People have, of course, doubted me as a legitimate lawyer, which is weird because you can find me pretty simply if you know where to look. Now, help me out with something. Are you the guy who went to the MSBA website, couldn't find me, and was questioning my credentials? Is that you who posted that?
I did post it. I did not go look it up. It was actually something sent to me, and someone was talking about you, so I posted it saying, I would like to see this guy's credentials, that he is a lawyer, or that he's a licensed lawyer. So,
sure.
and what I would like to do, if it's okay with you, I mean, this is your show, so you make the rules, but what I would like to do is I want to get some clarification first on who we both are.
Okay.
Because I am confused at this moment in time. So as far as I know, you're on Vic's side. I've seen some of your videos.
Sure.
You started the GoFundMe for Vic,
yep.
And you've reached out to Vic and parts of his law firm, and you've gotten the GoFundMe approved. Absolutely, correct. It's been approved, and part of it's going to the Salvation Army. So just a couple of questions to get things started. Have you, in fact, talked to Vic or his attorneys about any strategies about the legal, anything about their legal strategies going forward?
I am not aware of what their legal strategy is going forward.
Okay. Has Vic at any point whatsoever told you personally, or his law firm told you personally, that he is suing specifically at wide range? Has he ever said he is specifically suing anyone, or has his law firm said they're specifically suing anyone, or is this your best guess in your position?
I am not aware of Vic's legal strategy. No one has communicated it to me. I don't know if they've even fully formulated it. My position, as I've stated in multiple videos, is that this is what could be done. This is what I would do if I was going scorched earth on someone and had the resources to do it.
Okay, cool. Then how is Vic going to sue Funimation saying they are intentionally interfering with a business opportunity that he has? Go.
Okay, how you bring this cause of action, the elements are that a business in the course of business makes a statement or does an action that causes damage to someone's brand in the form of something like defamation. There are other potential causes of action, but we'll go with business defamation, like potentially saying that an internal investigation came up about harassment, for example, came up that after that investigation, they decided to cut ties, and then adding a subtext, a second comment, which doesn't make any sense from any legal capacity, of saying that we do not condone or support harassment or targeting of any kind. For example, let's just say that. Then maybe 17 conventions disinvite Vic following that. I think we can go ahead and suggest, for the purposes of the complaint, at least, that we can say that Funimation made a statement that caused Vic damage. The only thing that we would have to prove would be actual malice, which can be alleged in the complaint and sought through discovery. Yes, I think I could have written that weeks ago. I could certainly write it today. I could have that in the mail by tomorrow if I were representing Vic and that was the cause of action that was correct.
You probably could, but you're not representing Vic, and there's probably a reason for that. So let's just go over.
Yes, I'm in Minnesota. I'm not licensed in Texas. I'm a solo practitioner. I don't have the firm. I don't have the firm resources to go ahead and sue potentially 15 different parties, including a multi-billion-dollar company called Sony or a multi-hundred-million-dollar called Funimation. I don't do that type of litigation from the middle of central Minnesota. I primarily
You don't personally have that kind of finances available, which means you actually obviously don't understand how lawsuits actually work because it's not you paying for it. But let's go ahead and go on with this.
The reason I'm not Vic's counsel is because there is no reason for me to be Vic's counsel. It would be absolutely silly. It would be patently absurd to hire a solo practitioner in a state 1,000 miles away to do a
complex. Talk to his lawyers, doesn't know the strategy, doesn't know anything. a guy who is out there speaking on the internet, trying to get viewers, who has admitted he doesn't know the first thing about what Vic is actually wanting, what Vic's lawsuit actually is.
I don't have an attorney-client relationship with Vic, you brainlet. I can't.
So you
don't
know shit about what Vic is doing.
I've never claimed to. I've never once claimed to.
Right there.
What?
Right there. Right there. That's all.
What? I've never claimed to know what Vic is doing. I've said this is what I would do if I had these resources. This is a strategy someone could take.
You're not doing this for me. You're not doing this for me. I didn't take this interview so I could talk to you about this. I'm taking this interview so that there was a video clip of you admitting that you had absolutely no idea what was going on with Vic's lawsuit, and everything that you're saying is speculation. That was it. That was the entire reason I got on this.
Way to do what you could have done by just going to the beginning of any of my other videos and saying, look, here's him saying he's not Vic's lawyer. You could have just gone to the GoFundMe page. I am not representing Vic in a legal capacity.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
Me too. I saw it. I wrote it. I was taking your words, and just pointing them out to you. And you deigned to call me a.
I was mistaken.
Well, I mean, you've been mistaken quite a bit.
Are you still upset about the fact that I just found out and you admitted live on this national stream that you don't know the first thing about what's going on with Vic, and all this entire stream that you do is all speculation?
I say it's speculation every stream.
I already knew that everything that you actually talk about on your stream was speculation. I already knew that everything was speculation and that you were full of shit.
Oh my God. Join 200,000 people who know that what I talk about is speculation because they watched me say, I'm not Vic's attorney. This is what I would do if I had the chance.
I wanted you to keep saying it over and over and over again so it gets into their heads. Okay, here we go. Here's my question for you. You're going to sue. Let's hypothetically.
No, I'm not going to sue anybody. Remember, you're wasting 4,400 people's time.
4,400. Wow, you got a whole bunch of people who just heard you say that you didn't know the first thing about what's going on with Vic's lawsuit. You're not right about. You don't know anything about what Vic is doing. That's the end of it. You don't know anything about what Vic is doing. You're making wild conspiracy theories on the internet. You're making speculation. You don't even practice Texas law. You're not licensed in Texas.
And shockingly, I know so much more about it than you that it's sad.
And yeah, that's why you've been wrong every single time. That's why you've never seen a contract. You've never seen a contract for his employment. You've never seen a contract at a convention. You're assuming what actually happens in Texas law when it comes to contracts. You have never, as a matter of fact,
I'm telling you very clearly what happens in Texas law with contracts. You didn't even listen. You're too busy. You're too busy looking at Lolly or whatever you're doing. I don't know. That you brought up and demanded. You demanded I name a thing, right? So I said tortious interference with business prospects. Then you said, how is he going to do this? Then I laid out literally step by step exactly how you do it in Texas. And you said, I wasn't listening. So why don't you go in and tell me where I was wrong?
Well, first of all, because tortious interference in a business in Texas, that you actually can't do it. You can't just basically go to any random contract in Texas.
You're confusing. This is so sad. You're confusing tortious interference with contracts and tortious interference with business prospects.
Okay, first of all, no, I'm not. We have already established that I'm the person who's actually been to court for contracts in Texas, and you have never done that. So.
And then why am I so much more versed in it?
Obviously, you're not. I mean, obviously, that's why you're just a podcast lawyer.
Then name where I'm wrong. Name where I'm wrong.
Well, I was just doing that before you interrupted me because I'm afraid of being embarrassed.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tortious interference of a business in Texas. The company that, if you're suing a company, you have to prove that company intentionally meant to interfere with a contract out of malice.
Oh my God. No, that's tortious interference with contract, not with business prospects. Look it up where? Where are you reading it from?
I understand that you're a YouTube podcast lawyer. Can you at least look at Google before you come on these shows so you don't embarrass yourself? Oh. I am nobody. I am nobody. I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I'm not a lawyer. And I'm sitting here telling you the law in Texas, and you're a guy who didn't bother to do your research before you came on this show. You hate to have to do your work for you. I really hate to have to do your work for you, but this is apparently what I have to be doing. So here, do you want to share my screen and let's go over this with all of your viewers, and you can lay it out with your lawyerly advice?
Go ahead, put it. Share the screen. It's focused on you right now. Click on the green arrow.
All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and lay this out. Let's go with this one first. This is just the first one I pulled up. I haven't read it yet. So let's see if this is a good one. I don't know if this is a good one or not, but we'll find out. Let's read it. Proving fraud can be complex. Sorry, Nick. But the idea is straightforward. You enter a contract with a party who lies about a significant fact. You recover more damages through litigation. So I guess we'll come back to the lies about significant fact, because your entire argument, of course, is that Vic can prove that everyone lied about him. But we're going to leave that for later. Let's just go on with this. Fewer people, even sophisticated parties to contract understand trust, blah, blah, blah. So here, let's go over the basics. A contract exists between you, a third party, willfully and intentionally interfered with that contract. So, Nick,
yeah,
a contract exists between you
and
a third party willfully and intentionally interfered with that contract. This is not, I mean,
can you wait, go back down to no, go back to that, please. We weren't done. No, we weren't done. I wasn't done being educated. Please, now go up 2 lines. Go up 2 lines and read the bold text. Read the bold text. No. 2 lines from where you were. Go down 3 lines now, I guess. Have you been drinking more than me?
To prove tortious interference with an existing contract.
Yes, tortious interference with a contract.
With an existing contract.
Yes. You got it.
Hold on.
You have learned.
Wait, hold on. You're going to tell me that your entire conspiracy scheme is based on the fact that Vic knows which cons are going to book him? This year?
No. How do
an existing contract?
Are you serious? No. Are you serious right now? You're trolling. You have to be trolling right now, right? Like, because I've said over and over and over again that tortious interference with a contract is a separate cause of action.
Okay,
it's not what we're talking.
Let's talk about this line right here. Willfully and intentionally interfered with that contract.
Yes, because that's tortious interference with a contract, which I've said probably 50 times that we're not talking about that cause of action. Oh my God.
All right.
No.
Let's do this. Nick, bring up your law text because you're the law expert. Bring up your law books and show us.
No, I don't need to because I've said over and over we're not talking.
I got it. That's not what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to show you what I'm talking about.
I don't need to. I'm actually an expert. I'm the guy who writes the webpage. Do you understand? Like
your webpage? I've seen it. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing.
Good.
You got a webpage. You got a webpage updated in January of 2018 with a YouTube video.
Yes.
I don't know what you're saying. You're an expert at.
I'm an expert at law. Oh my God.
Obviously not.
Buddy, you don't correct. I mean,
you
like that.
Halfway down the page while I was reading a brand new page that I admitted I had never read before, and you stop me and say, "Wait, that's not what I'm talking about." And I'm like,
because it's not. I've said, I know you didn't read it. It's obvious because I said over and over, we're not talking about tortious interference with an existing contract because I said I don't have the contracts. And
oh, yeah, exactly.
Yes, I don't have the contracts, so I wouldn't bring that cause of action.
Would you like to see one? Do you want to see one?
No, I don't. What would it help? I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I'm not bringing that cause of action. I'm not even proposing that cause of
statement. Let's start with a false statement. So,
Gotcha.
To begin with this, can you explain to me how Vic's law firm, lawyer, whatever, if Vic decides to take this to court, can you explain to me how Vic proves that all of the people were making false statements?
You don't have to prove that they all made false statements. Like how are you like this? I don't understand.
You're literally sitting here on the internet trying to pretend to be. You're basically saying that you're a lawyer, expertise in the law, and you don't actually have to go into court. You're saying that someone lied, and you don't have to actually have to come up with any evidence showing that they lied. You're just going to go into court and say, "Oh no, I didn't do that," and the judge is going to be like, "Oh, you know what? You're right. I believe you. Done."
I'm sorry that you failed this part of listening, but you have a defamatory statement about business. No, listen, about business, and that business, that statement.
Was the defamatory statement?
We'll get there, but I'm laying out the elements of the claim because you weren't listening before. You make a defamatory statement in the course of business that damages prospective business relations, so the damages are presumed. All you have to do is show that there was a defamatory statement by the defendant and that defamatory statement would reasonably interfere with those business relations. And again, in Texas, even truth is not a defense. The statement has to be privileged.
Vic wants to actually do conventions. And I was talking to her about how it is that we go about fixing this so that Vic can go back to doing what he loves. And I was going to come on the show to maybe try to talk to you and this segment that we're seeing, who is making it harder and who is making his brand more toxic. But now that I've gotten on here, I realize that I don't think that you're necessarily the right voice for this conversation, because you want to talk about legal strategies.
You
and stuff
did.
Like that.
You did. You said I don't know what I'm talking about, and you still haven't provided a shred of evidence to support your position. Not one.
So I'm sorry, I actually wasn't paying attention to all of that.